This is Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Ferris Stadium on San Antonio's north side. It's Thursday Night Lights, a big district battle in 28-6A. It's the Marshall Rams against the Harlan Hawks. Good evening, everybody. Don Harris with you, along with my broadcast partner, Chuck Mikatinik. And Chuck, it was called the SEC by Coach Boykin of Stevens a couple of weeks ago. And both of these teams, despite their overall season records, still looking good in the playoffs, and they expect a fist fight tonight.
Absolutely, Don. I mean, both of these teams already have a league win. Harlan off to a tremendous start to the season. One hiccup along the way. Marshall could be 3-2, easily 4-1 if they just find a way to secure the football. I mean, this is a really good team that likes to run the football, and it'll be an interesting matchup tonight because so far this season, Harlan, as good as they are, have had a little bit of a hard time stopping their run, so we'll see what gives tonight.
That means they've got to try and stop our Marshall Ram player profile. He is Jalen Glover. He's an all-district back from a year ago, and he can fly.
Don, there's a lot of things that this young man can do with the football, and, you know, when Tim Williams, we spoke to him this week, he goes, you know, we got a lot of good running backs in this league that we've got. He said, my guy's probably the best guy if you're asking me. Now, maybe he's being a homer, but I don't think so. I mean, this guy can catch it out of the backfield. He can run with authority, cut, juke, you name it. This guy is going to be really fun to watch tonight.
Yeah, and Harlan may have an argument with that one because they've got their own in ofG'Ivori Graham.
This guy's another guy. He can catch it out of the backfield. He can also run the ball. They've got a lot of guys that are really talented as far as athletes at Harlan High School. This guy might be right up there at the top, though. Already been offered by UTSA, already been offered by Texas State. This guy is electric. We've got two really good backs tonight. Actually, this whole field's going to be replete with stud athletes.
Yeah. Peyton Matthews, the receiver from Harlan, already going to Rice. He can fly. We're going to have a lot of electricity out here tonight. When we come back, it is our Gomez Law Firm keys to the game. It's Marshall. It's Harlan on Thursday Night Lights.
Number 9, Aldric Trotter. And now the defensive unit for the Marshall Rams, coached by Tim Williams. At defensive end for the Rams, number 42, Romeo Ortiz. Defensive tackle, number 54, Ryder Pollock. At nose guard, number 88, Benjamin Soto. Defensive end, number 55, Hela Khan. Strong side linebacker, number 11, Nathan Godinez. Middle linebacker, number 32, Santiago Garcia. Weak side linebacker, number 20, Tavion Nelson.
You're watching Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm.
Welcome back. It is Thursday.
Instead of looking at just our opponent, we look at ourselves and go, where are we at? Where do we stand? Did we get better from a week ago? Did we get better from yesterday? And I think if we keep going in that direction, good things will continue to happen for us.
Good teams, great athletes, a big-time district ball game in 28-6A. It's Marshall and Harlan. We are closing in on kickoff. We'll have our national anthem when we come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field, the John Marshall Rams.
Tonight's broadcast of Thursday Night Lights is sponsored by Taco Cabana, The Gomez Law Firm, Beluga Air, Centro Med, Enroll SA, San Antonio Sports, Valero, San Antonio Zoo, County-Wide Service Company, Christus Children's, ACNowSA.com, Rhino Roofers, San Antonio Ready to Work, Moonlight Ballroom, Air and Plumbing Today, Living Way Church, San Antonio Metropolitan Health District, Premier Pros, IBEW, Vietnam Army Grunt Museum, and Monarch Trophy Studio.
Here come the Marshall Rams on TNL. They are fired up about taking the field to take on the Harlan Hawks tonight. Harlan in a pretty good position, Chuck, as we look at those district standings. Marshall actually still has very much a chance to make the playoffs, but their winning has to start tonight.
Yep, big ball game tonight for both of these teams, right? Because whoever wins is going to have the inside track on the other one. So really looking forward to it. Marshall, again, it's a matter of just holding on to the football at this point. And for Harlan, they really want to see their defense make a leap tonight. Talking to Eddie Salas this week, he said, look, man, we're halfway through the season. There's no more excuses. It's time to really start to become who we want to be.
Well, we are getting ready for the presentation of the colors and the national anthem as the Harlan Hawks just took to the sidelines. And we will turn it over to our public address announcer, Lou Kaluza.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, standing at midfield, presenting our nation's colors tonight, is the color guard from Harlan High School, Air Force Junior ROTC Unit 20173. Tonight, the unit is commanded by Cadet Technical Sergeant Kekoa Johnson, who also carries the United States flag. The Texas flag bearer is Cadet Second Lieutenant Jericho Solis. The left guard is Cadet Senior Airman Haley Para, and the right guard is Cadet Technical Sergeant Sam Rios. The unit is sponsored by Senior Master Sergeant Eric Hall. And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you stand as you are able and remove your hats to honor America and the men and women who have served and are currently serving in our armed forces throughout our country and the world.
Coverage of tonight's national anthem is sponsored by the Vietnam Army Grunt Museum. Game Time Weather is sponsored by Air and Plumbing Today.
It is time for our Air and Today Game Time Weather. It's 90 degrees with the wind out of the east at 7 miles an hour, and now that the sun has gone down, that 90 feels more like 78. It's not bad out there. Low humidity. It's a beautiful night for football.
Yeah, it is, and you see the flag's picking up a little bit with the wind, but really just an outstanding night for football as we take a look at our Rhino Roofers kickoff, and that's Reed Castellanos getting ready to tee it up here on Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights.
And there are some athletes back to receive that are absolutely breathtaking. ofG'Ivori Graham, number 7, and number 4, Peyton Matthews, both can fly. It will be fielded and juggled by Graham at the goal line. He's trying to get to the outside and does, and watch out, if he gets the corner, he could be gone, but he lost his balance along the sideline right about the 27-yard line, and we'll get a look at that Harlan offense to start here first tonight. Chuck, they've been going through a couple of different quarterbacks. Aiden Pitchford, the sophomore, is their thrower. Aldric Trotter, they call him Rick, is their runner. He's been playing lately because of a broken collarbone to Pitchford, and they really like what this young man can do with his feet, and he's starting to grow into the passing game.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. You know, the plan was they had to replace some guys from last year. They were going to bring up their 2 JV quarterbacks and really play them both, but because Pitchford got hurt, it's been Rick Trotter, and boy, he's doing a really nice job.
It's 1st and 10, a San Antonio 1st and 10, first down. They run a reverse, and that's Matthews. And as I told you, that young man can absolutely fly. He's already got a scholarship to Rice. He's going to go in the spring. He's finishing up his high school coursework online, some of it now, so that he can report to the Owls in the spring, and they've been recruiting him for a while. Here's a look at the Harlan offense as they're led up front by their captain, their center, number 58, Timothy Ford. They snap it on a new first down. They'll throw it, and it is caught, brought in. Nice catch after a high throw there. And here's a look at the Marshall Rams defensive starters. Romeo Ortiz is a 2-time all-district defensive end. He's number 42. He's kind of the stud on that side of the ball. But they've also got some academic all-district players. And Helakan Mohammed is also an all-district at the other end. 2nd and 5. They hand it to Schultz. He's got the edge. He's got more than that. He's across the 40. He's still going near the 32-yard line of Marshall.
Yeah, what a great run right there. Just pitch it out there and see what one of these guys can do. And so many athletes for these Harlan Hawks. And just when you think he's going to go out of bounds and live to fight another down, nope, he's cutting it back upfield and getting you 5 more.
So another San Antonio Zoo first down for Kalen Gerbic Schultz. He's the senior, not very big, but like we said, there's so many guys in this offense that just can absolutely torch it. Keeper here by the QB. I told you they like his feet. He's still on them inside the red zone, the Central Med red zone, and these Harlan Hawks are just moving it right down the field.
Yeah, they like his feet, but, you know, Donnie's already thrown for over 500 yards, too, so don't go to sleep in the passing game for Harlan either. But running's been pretty easy so far, and to my point.
Just walking in for the touchdown is Adrien McDade, and just like that, it's Harlan 6, Marshall nothing as the Hawks move it right down the field. Easy drive for a touchdown.
Well, you see Adrien McDade, and there's a lot of football player packed into that guy, Don. They say he squats 500 pounds. You don't have to do anything near like that on that run. Clear path to the zone.
Carlos Cartanega's extra point is up and good, and Harlan on the board first. They lead it 7-0. So just like that, the Harlan Hawks move right down the football field. Adrien McDade caps off a 5-play drive. Chuck, that didn't take long at all.
No, it didn't, and it was run left, go up the center, go up right down the field, and of course Tim Williams was hoping for a little better start than that, but now he gets a chance with his offense. They like to run the ball too and see what they've got to start this football game.
Hawks use a couple of different kickers. Christopher Deck is their punter, but he also handles the kickoff duties, and he kicks it away to the Rams and bringing it out across the 20 and down the 25. A gang of Hawks there to bring him down, but that's decent field position to get this thing started for Chase Chapa and company. Although by the looks of it, it looks like they're going to go with Chapa to start the game, but they will also play Donovan Lopez, or they have been playing him more. Chapa has very few stats, just 4 carries on the season and only 1 pass attempt. It's a San Antonio Zoo first down for the junior and this offense. They'll hand it inside, and that one only goes for about a yard. We talked about Jalen Glover. He is number 2, and he is an absolute superstar. 2-year starter, all district. Lots of 200-yard games in his career. As you look at the Marshall offense, one reason for his success, those big guys up front. Hamza Hahara and Ethan Espinoza is an all-district lineman at right guard. Second down and 8. We send him in motion. And coming from the weak side, missing the tackle, and Chapa's got it, and he's got room to run. Picks up a San Antonio Zoo first down.
I'll tell you what, talk about having somebody in your sights, and I don't know if Chapa's got eyes in the back of his head, almost like he felt him, and then great feet to break the first bit of contact, and down the field he goes to pick up the sticks.
Alexander Ciccarello had him right there in his sights and just got right out of his grasp.
Really cagey play there by Chapa.
So it's a San Antonio Zoo first down. 8:39 to play. Run the little counter to Glover, and he's going nowhere here. Good defensive pursuit there by the linebacking core, and Brock Potter, the first one there as we look at that defense. Ciccarello, who missed that tackle on the blitz, is a 2-year starter and a captain. He's already got 19 tackles, 2 for loss. And some really good athletes on the back end. Craig Sanders, the senior safety, already has 26 tackles on the year.
Got some big, tall defensive linemen there on that Harlan squad for sure.
2nd down and 10, no gain. Chapa will hand it, and again, going nowhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage is Donovan Lopez, the senior. That'll set up 3rd down and long. Here's another look at the penetration by that defensive front.
Yeah, and they got a lot of guys in the box, and then Dwayne Wingfield, number 1, doing a good job coming up and making a play as well. So they know what the task is tonight, right? You know what Marshall wants to do. Can you stop them from doing it?
Coach Salas telling me before the game that Ciccarello, the defensive end, the 2-year starter, is the only one of those 7 guys in the box with varsity experience. So they're young. Here comes the blitz. That ball's tipped up into the air. I don't know if it's a forward pass or a fumble. They're going to blow the whistle here. Flag is down. They may have roughed him.
Grounded.
Or they're going to call intentional grounding.
Personal foul, number 28, defense, roughing the passer, hands to the face, 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic
Right,
first
so
down.
they get bailed out by a personal foul call.
Guess I shouldn't read the ref or the officials' body language there, right? Let's see what we got. Hands that, oh yeah.
I think it was inadvertent, but that doesn't matter. Got him right in the face mask, and that will keep this drive alive for the Marshall Rams.
Javen Zeno going up a little too high on that one, and fresh set for Marshall. Huge break.
Here's Chapa. Unique formation there. He keeps, runs the option, hits the seam, and has a nice gain of about 9 on the play before being wrangled down. Chapa doing a nice job of carrying out that fake and running the option.
He sure did. I was watching the ball carrier, and nope, he pulled it last second, and really good read by Chopper right there, and needed one more block maybe to get a few more yards, but individually, very good job picking up 8 on the play.
So that sets up 2nd down and 2. Nice first down get. As we go inside of 6.5 minutes here in the first quarter. That's Glover. He fights for San Antonio Zoo, first down. Tough runner. We talked about his speed. He's a track athlete, but boy, those were tough yards right there.
Yeah, that's what we call dirty yards in the trenches, and you can see why Tim Williams likes this guy so much. I mean, everything about the guy. Not only as a player, but as a dude as well. Just tough, gritty yards, and earned a first down. Hard fought that time.
They send 3 receivers to the left here. Williams has been running some cool formations here. Send 1 in motion. Chapa looks to throw and throws it behind his intended receiver. Lincoln Welker ran about a 7-yard out. He just threw it behind him.
And a really good job picking up the blitz was Jalen Glover on this one to clear a path. Check him out, too. Good chip. Did everything but complete the pass, but good play design by the Marshall Rams. We'll see if that play works again here at some point during the ball game.
Full house wishbone here. They mix up the formations, I'll tell you that. Here's Chapa. Hands off to the running back. And fullback lead blocker there did a great job to pick up about 7. That'll set up 3rd and manageable with about 3.
Yeah.
How about a little tip of the cap to Barry Switzer right there?
Right? Oscar Gutierrez getting to plow the road there. But yeah, that's the one thing about Marshall that Eddie Salas talked a lot about. He said, man, I've seen like 15 different formations from these guys, so you really got to make sure that you keep everything in front of you.
Here's another. Too wide right. We went it right up the middle to Glover, and I tell you what, a sure tackle there by number 31, Robert Gonzalez. If not, Glover might have taken that one to the house.
Yeah, you see how quick he is and how fast. That was a great foot plant and get up the field. Look at that. Wham, right there. Good job swarming to the football.
Really athletic play by Gonzalez to make that tackle.
You see how well that Marshall runs in small spaces, right? Just create little creases and try to get 3-4 a pop, and maybe you'll break one of those.
Wishbone again on 4th and 1. Chapa keeps, picks up the first down. He got to the stick and a little bit past it, so they move into the Central Med red zone with another San Antonio Zoo first down, and all of a sudden the Rams are on the move. Remember, they were dead in the water back at midfield, but a hands to the face. I thought he kept it. He handed that ball off. First down anyway. I was faked out. Gutierrez the one picking up the first down. And to Glover. Again, tough balls out. And Harlan's got it. It's a turnover, a big hit, a collision of the game nominee there to jar it loose. Take another look to see who caused it, but that was a hat on the ball.
Yeah, I didn't see it come out until very, very late here, but oh, he got dinged in the head too. That's the reason why he may have put it on the ground. But Jalen Glover, looked like he was going to have a sizable gain there, but clonked heads and the ball came out, and this has been the bugaboo for the Marshall Rams so far this season. In Wingfield, what a great ball player this guy is.
Dwayne Wingfield lowering the boom, and so Harlan will take over on downs from their own 16. Trotter rolling right, firing that way, completes it. That's Matthews. Check that. That's Ivory Graham, and he's shifty too. And he picked it up. Nice job by the quarterback, Chuck, here to hang on to it until the very last second.
Absolutely, setting everybody up, rolling out, extending the play, and then get your ball to the playmakers and let them operate, right?
Schultz with another nice gain on first down. Harlan moving it like they did the first drive. 2 plays and big chunks each time. They go fast, 3 minutes to play here. 2nd down and 5. 2nd and 4. Trips to the right-hand side, bottom of your screen. McDade back there with Trotter. Fires to the outside. It's caught for San Antonio Zoo first down. Nice quick hitter will move the sticks, as that's complete to Xavier Smith, the senior wide receiver. His 2nd catch of the season.
Yeah, this Trotter's an interesting story, right? So he was a basketball player in middle school, and of course he was such a good athlete that immediately caught the eye of Eddie Salas, and he kept talking to the kid. He's like, hey, don't you play football? And he goes, my mom won't let me. So they talked to the parents before he came to high school, and here he is starting at the varsity level as a junior.
Graham up the middle, giant chunk, 9 or 10. Going to move the sticks again, another San Antonio Zoo first down.
Boy, they come at you like, it seems like just everything's downhill, right? Whether they're throwing it or running it, quick hitter right up the middle, and yeah, stick guys better be on their game tonight, the way that Harlan's moving this football with Mr. Graham.
1:47 to go here in the first. Graham stoned right at the line of scrimmage this time.
How about that? That could be a collision of the game right there as well.
Big hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Nathan Bettis coming in there and laying a lick.
There's Tavion Nelson, sophomore will linebacker. Lots of playing time, and both of these teams are young. They're going to be really good here in a year or two, and they're getting great varsity experience right now, some of these young sophomores and juniors. Trotter fell forward, no flag for the hit after he went down.
Well, Romeo Ortiz is that guy, right? He wasn't sure if he was down or not. Lost his footing, but just wanted to make sure that he was down.
Yeah, you can see my bad. Just a little.
I'm going to play whistle to whistle, man.
Testosterone going through a 17-year-old body.
Yeah, Romeo Ortiz, though, is that kind of ball player. I mean, this guy is an absolute electric defender.
Third down and long. A little bubble complete and short of the first down in Marshall territory. Down to the 36-yard line. They need the 34, and they're going to go for it here quickly as well. It's about 4th and 3. They marked that short. And the quarter's just going to come to an end. They're going to try to get them to jump. They're not. So it'll be 4th and 3. When we come back with second quarter action, we'll flip ends and get the second quarter underway. Harlan leads it 7-0. Time for our first quarter highlights, rather. The San Antonio Ready to Work highlights, where you can train for a better paying, higher quality job. Harlan scored first. Adrien McDade with the 14-yard score. And then the defense came through. Dwayne Winfield caused the fumble. That gave the ball back to the Hawks. They started driving it down the field, and now as we switch ends, they've got it inside Marshall territory right at the 37. They need 3, and this is a 4th down play. And the quarterback keeps, and he's gotten the first down. Good call there by Eddie Salas' staff. And I think they were all looking for those. Pulled it and picked up the first down.
Yeah, really impressive play, because it looked like just off the jump that Marshall had pretty good penetration and was going to be there to make a play, but Trotter, really nice job getting downfield and getting some fresh sets of downs.
It's a San Antonio Zoo first down as they have 3 in the backfield. Looking at the sidelines for the play. Here's Trotter to Graham. ofG'Ivori still on his feet, pushing forward. He's fighting for every inch. I think he probably picks up about 3.5. It'll be second down. His hat came off. Means he might have to come out of the game here, and he does. And McDade comes in and scored the touchdown. Still haven't seen them go to Peyton Matthews, the all-everything receiver who's going to Rice, 4x100 regional champion outstanding speedster. You got to find ways to get him the ball, Eddie Salas said before the game. And as this one goes on, I bet they will. We've got a flag down, maybe a false start or delay a game.
Yeah, it's an interesting problem to have if you're Harlan, right? You got two really strong running backs.
There's no penalty for false start.
Matthews also can run the football if need be. Right now, your running game's been pretty darn good. Chewing up clock, moving the sticks. So far, there hasn't been a real big reason to put the ball in the air.
There you saw Eddie Salas. He's done a great job building this program. Been here since 2017. Played at Jefferson and coached all over town as they throw it to Schultz. And he gets down to the 20, knocking on the door of the Central Med Red Zone. Salas began his career in '99 as a teacher at Highlands and then moved to Bernie as an assistant football coach. Coached softball. Been a defensive coordinator at Bernie Champion. Was over at Holmes as the head coach. Led the Huskies to their best record in 15 years. We've got an injured Ram on the field. And we will step aside. Good to see Marshall's Nathaniel Godinez at least putting some weight on that left leg as he is helped off the field. And he'll be looked at by that training staff.
They've been really thin on the back end, Don, with their DBs and safeties, and they've rotated a lot of guys in and out, so they can ill afford to lose a player of that stature.
There's a completion down to the 5. And we talked about him being a running quarterback, and you said, yes, he can throw too, and proved it right there. A nice strike to Xavier Smith. They'll go quickly here. They hand off, and Marshall coming through from the right up the middle was Ryder Pollock, and he made a nice tackle here.
Yeah, and Tavion Nelson's another guy they got their eye on. They really like this young man, just a sophomore, number 20. He's been in on a couple plays here, but pretty nice play there by Ryder Pollock.
Bringing a jumbo package here. A couple of big tight ends checking into the game.
Both players on the field. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
I didn't catch that. 12 men on the field. And so they'll go first and goal right there from the 2 as Lance Bowler checked in. And down to the 1-yard line is Adrien McDade. Nice play by the Marshall D to keep him out, but the Hawks are knocking on the door.
Braylon Bailey, number 9, really good job coming in there and plugging up that hole. Otherwise, that was going to score, but yeah, Harlan knocking at the door for their second score of the night.
Jordan Grady comes in at quarterback. He's a running back on the roster. They snap it to him, Wildcat, and he walks in behind those big boys on the left-hand side of the line. It's 13-0 Harlan.
Jordan Grady out of the Wildcat. That's the thing that they really like to do with 4 in there, Peyton Matthews, but not tonight. Jordan Grady, the junior, getting a shot to get his name in the box score.
And the sophomore Cartanega on to attempt an extra point. He's perfect on the year. Don't mean to jinx him, but he hadn't missed all season. And you can't jinx him. He's 15 for 15 on the season. And the Harlan Hawks have a 14-0 lead here in the second quarter.
Welcome back to Taco Cabana Thursday Night Lights, presented by the Gomez Law Firm. And speaking of the Gomez Law Firm, Matt Powell, attorney over at Gomez Law, joins us now. How are you tonight?
Doing well, Matt. Thanks for having us back.
Doing well as well. You guys obviously sponsoring Thursday Night Lights once again. Why is it you continue to give back so much to the community this way?
Well, Matt, at Gomez Law Firm, we see ourselves as the law firm of San Antonio. We've been here for more than 50 years. We were born here. We have cases all over Texas, all over the country, but all of our staff, all of our lawyers live and work here in San Antonio, and we want to give back to this community.
You guys also do a lot with education scholarships as well. Why is that so important to Mr. Gomez?
Well, he's been giving back to this community as long as he has been in it. He was a lawyer. Not only that, he was a state rep. He cares about this community. He sponsors scholarships. We give away school supplies. We want to be in this community for the long haul.
You also went to high school here, played football here as well. So obviously integrated into this community. He's been here for 50 years as well. So what is it about the Gomez Law Firm that makes you guys a little bit different than everybody else?
Well, we're not one of these big law firms with 100 lawyers that you're never going to see the same person. You're going to deal with one attorney, one member of the staff. They're going to take care of you directly. And that's the kind of lawyer that I would want if I needed one.
Absolutely, Matt. Well, thank you so much for joining us again. From Matt and Matt Squared, back up to you guys.
All right, thanks, Matts. Second down. Glover straight ahead. We'll pick up about 3, and that'll set up about 3rd down and 5.
Well, Glover's looking for contact, isn't he? You know you're going to get it, man. A lot of fire in the hole, especially with this straight-ahead run game that Marshall likes to showcase night after night. Man, I'll tell you what, he's really good at falling forward.
He's got some big old boys blocking for him up there. 70, Ethan Espinosa, 6'1", 275. Not clearing the way there. Hand off to him again on a counter. Good tackle there short of the first down. There's a big collision. And it'll set up 4th down and 1. And it looks like they want to punt this away, down 2 scores. Kind of a dangerous place to go for it there on their own 33. So they'll run out Romeo Ortiz, their punter. And Schultz is back to receive him. We've already seen from Schultz just how shifty he can be in the open field. So we'll see if he has a chance to return this one off the foot of Romeo Ortiz. Gets it off after a good rush Schultz will let it bounce and check up there, and they'll just down it. Good roll for Marshall, down to the 26. Harlan will have it up 2 scores when we come back. We are back, and we've got a flag down here on the first down for Harlan. False start. That'll back him up 5. It'll be first down and 15. Chuck, they're playing Macho Man, your favorite song. It's our Moonlight Ballroom Smile Cam, San Antonio's premier venue for all quinceaneras, Sweet 16s, and graduation parties. For more information, visit moonlightballroomsa.com.
They were people, but they lived in a village, so therefore they were the village people.
That's right. Everybody thinks of YMCA, but Macho Man. Haven't heard that one in about 40 years. Nice completion, and look out in the open field. Still going forward to the outside and fighting off defenders all the way down inside the 30.
The Rice Man. It's not the Rice Man. I beg my pardon.
Yeah, I couldn't read the number. Jordan Grady, who scored the last touchdown.
Jordan Grady. I really like that play design, right? Everybody thinks you're going to run it. It's kind of a jump pass to the outside, and wow. Jordan Grady, welcome to the Harlan Athlete Party.
Yeah, Rick Trotter taking a shot there as he got rid of the football, hanging tough in there right as he got lit up. It's a countywide service company first down for the Hawks. Big gainer there. Now they move the Rice Man into the backfield, and they hand it to him, and there's Peyton Matthews. Nowhere to go, but you could see the speed that he has to get to the outside and keep his clothes clean. Didn't hit the field, but nowhere to go there, even with all that speed.
Yeah, dude, they've got, so that 4x1 track team that they got finished 5th at state last year, and I think darn near all of them are coming back, so look out UIL in the springtime.
Maybe a free play here. Overshot the receiver Grady. I didn't, and there is a flag down, or Eddie's looking for one.
Yeah, Don, I was all excited. I kept thinking, man, we're going to get to see this guy more than likely in the San Antonio Sports High School All-Star Game, Peyton Matthews, and it's like, nope, he's going to Rice.
He's going to be gone.
And that's some of the things we have to battle every year when we are lining the guys up, I mean, Eddie Salas couldn't even nominate him.
We've got so many great players in San Antonio, and kid from Johnson, Hawkins, who went to IMG. Going to be an All-American. Little bubble screen here. Give it to Grady. Grady's going to pick up the first down and more. Inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Harlan! ofG'Ivori Graham for 6, and it's 20-0 with the extra point to come.
What an impressive player this young man is. We saw him a lot last year, a really good player too. for these Harlan Hawks, but look at him setting up his own blocks and then patiently waiting for little smidgens of daylight, run right through him, and stands up on his way to the end zone.
Cartanega's extra point. He is now 16 for 16 on the season. And we are staying here so I can tell you about San Antonio sports. You know, TNL always highlights teams every week for our Beyond the Game program. They're making a difference in our communities, these teams, middle school programs, high school programs. Let's hear more about it from San Antonio Sports' Jenny Carnes and from Valero.
San Antonio Sports has teamed up with Valero once again to recognize our high school and middle school teams that exhibit key values through their actions and efforts within their schools and their communities. We are thrilled to have Valero on our team. They are a company that lives their values and makes San Antonio a better place for all of us each and every day.
At Valero, we treat every day like game day. We're excited to support a program that celebrates student athletes who exemplify key values: integrity, respect, teamwork, excellence, and community service. These principles are deeply rooted in Team Valero and essential to success in life.
Teams will be recognized on CWSA's Thursday Night Lights, News 4 San Antonio, and Fox San Antonio's morning shows and weekend sports shows, and of course on social media. 4 teams will be recognized during the San Antonio High School All-Star Football Game in the Alamodome.
For more than 40 years, Valero has been committed to being a good neighbor and building stronger communities. Team Valero is taking action today to build a better tomorrow by generously offering their time and skills. It's truly uplifting to see so many teams giving back selflessly, and we're honored to collaborate with San Antonio Sports and Beyond the Game to celebrate these exceptional students.
Having Valero as a teammate for Beyond the Game will help this program continue to positively impact more teams, coaches, and families. You can visit sanantoniosports.org to learn more about the program and nominate teams and individuals today.
Thanks, Jenny. Love everything that Jenny and San Antonio Sports do. And big news this week as San Antonio has secured a national volleyball championship for the NCAA and another men's regional basketball championship coming up in 26 and 27. Of course, don't forget we've got the Final Four back here in San Antonio this spring in April at the Alamodome. So Jenny and San Antonio Sports and, of course, Valero doing great things for our community, both with the events that impact the economy and with these programs that serve the community. So we go down to the field and Matt Roy. Matt?
Good things for the community is Joe Corchado, the owner over at Beluga Air. Joe, how are you tonight?
Good, and yourself?
Doing well, man. Can't complain when I'm watching some high school football. You guys are giving back to the community by giving away our Scholar Athlete Award this year. Why did you guys choose to sponsor here on TNL?
So I've always wanted to give back to the kids. They work hard in the school. They work hard on the field. So I really wanted to give back to that as doing that Scholar.
What is your message for the people that are watching tonight that might not know what Beluga Air is or represents?
What I would really like to say, thank y'all. We appreciate everybody that's trusted Beluga Air, let my employees in your home, and just want to say thank you. Without y'all, we wouldn't be here today.
We got something exciting next week too. You want to tell everybody what it is?
Tune in next week. We'll be giving some giveaways, so please tune in next week and we'll see what we can give away.
All right. About this time next week, we're gonna have a QR code on the screen for you, so don't miss it then. Don, Chuck, back up to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Matt. Joe, relatively new to TNL. He's been a great sponsor. We appreciate him and all he does. As Marshall now has a third down situation and about 6-7 left as the Harlan defense, inspired by the play of their offense, is really bowed up here in the second quarter. 4:33 to play. Marshall trying to get on the board here before the half. And inside to Glover, he's got room right up the middle. He's got speed to burn to the 40, to the 30, and inside the 25-yard line. And you could see all that speed we talked about on the pregame, Chuck.
Oh, 100%. How about the quick hitter when nobody saw it coming? We talked about all the run formations that Marshall will throw at you, and I mean literally nobody saw that one coming. And then, man, you give Mr. Glover some room, and he's going to take as much as he can possibly get. What a gash play that was, and needed most definitely by these Marshall Rams.
They're trying to score here to get back in this ball game. 3 receivers to the right. It's a countywide service company first down. They wanted to run the option. And Donovan Lopez now the quarterback. We told you we would see both. And now he's in there. He wanted to pitch it and just didn't have enough time to give it to Ryan Hayes.
Yeah, because big number 97, and I do mean big, 6'3", over 200 pounds, Ryan Ciccarello, 2-year starter, could have put him on the highlight reel tonight as well at the top of the show.
Second and long, Lopez rolls, throws, has a man down there and just missed him as he was looking for Lincoln Welker. Lopez is the senior, by far more attempts this year coming into this ball game than Chapa. He's thrown for 188 yards and a touchdown. He also likes to run the football, 25 carries on the season, and they're going to talk it over here on 3rd and about 14.
Now, I'll get a chance to maybe talk about Ciccarello a little bit. I mean, the kid runs a sub 540. He's running a 4.8. You're going to play college football somewhere. They're looking for the right fit for him, but he's talking to Eddie Salas about it. He goes, I just look at him, and he just looks like a grown man.
He does.
He plays like one, too, man.
And as we mentioned, he's the only guy in that 7-man box for the Hawks that is a returning player, so his leadership has been instrumental for this Harlan defense. And we're back in 15 seconds.
Do you know a San Antonio teen in 7th to 12th grade looking for ways to get involved in the community? They can apply to be a Project Worth Teen Ambassador today. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
There's Eddie Salas, his defense trying to keep Marshall out of the end zone here with 3:10 to play. Donovan Lopez, the senior, checking in for this drive. I'll hand it to Glover. And Glover does a good job of bullying forward to the 25-yard line. And they may run out their kick team here and try a long one. And it looks like they will. Reed Castellanos has kicked a 37-yarder this year. This one would be about 47, would it not? No, 42?
Yeah, about a 42-yarder. Well, they're obviously playing the analytics game right there, right? 3rd and forever.
Get your guy into position.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Maybe
test his longest distance. We don't know what he can kick. He's got a 37-yarder on the board this year, but he may can go for 50. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe he likes that left hash.
Hey, don't forget our Christus Children's Band Grant. You get a chance to vote. Just scan the QR code there. One of the bands that we feature all season long will walk away with a $5,000 band grant brought to you by Christus Children's. You can also go to cw35.com/station/contests. We'll call it 43 for Castellanos. That was low, not going to get up enough. And it is no good. And with 2:59 to go, Harlan will take over. Just mishit that one like a 1-iron.
Well, I think from the Harlan standpoint, right, you really like what you're getting from your offense, but they kind of knew what they were going to be able to do in terms of that side of the ball. But I think Eddie Salas has got to be pretty pleased with what his defense has been able to do against this really stout run game for Marshall tonight. I mean, to be able to keep these guys off the board in the first half so far, really impressive. And he was really looking for growth as we reach, the midway point of the season, and I think he's gotten it so far.
All right, Harlan wants to put one more on the board before halftime. Schultz has it. He's in the open field. And again, Schultz really crafty at finding the seam, picks up a countywide service company first down, and tick-tock, Harlan has 2 of their 3 timeouts left. as we get near 2.5 minutes to go here in the half.
It just seems like every guy that touches the football for these Harlan Hawks is just super twitchy and has amazing feet.
It's a countywide service company first down. They go to the air. They go deep. Wide open. Caught. It's Schultz to the 20. It's a foot race. He's going to score. Touchdown, Harlan. It's Kalen Gerbich Schultz again.
And we're talking about all these studs that Harlan has, and leave it to Eddie Salas to kind of introduce us to a couple of new ones here tonight. Gerbich Salas, what a play. A lot of speed to burn. I'm sorry, Gerbich Schultz. Eddie Salas, man, his crew really lighting it up tonight. Running game, passing game, everything clicking so far in the first half of the Hawks.
And Cartanega makes it 28-0 as the Harlan Hawks have unleashed the right arm of Rick Trotter. Coming into this game, yeah, he's our running quarterback. We're working with him on the passing game. And he just threw a perfect dime to Schultz there for the score.
Yeah, he's really done a nice job. And, you know, they wanted to see him kind of grow up in the system. And, you know, he's been forced to play full-time now with the injury to Aiden Pitchford. But I think the biggest thing, Don, when you're talking about a young quarterback getting his first varsity snaps, the one thing that pops to me is he just doesn't turn the ball over either, right? He's making the most of his limited throws, or his limited chances when he gets back there to throw it. Making good throws, good strong reads, and you can tell that he's starting to get more and more comfortable with each passing week.
Plus, he's been, you know, grown up in this culture. Harlan is a winner. They went 12-1 last year. They were 8-0 in district and were the district champions. Started off this season beating East Central and Madison. They lost big to Brennan, but that score was a little misleading because they had 2 punt errors in the kicking game that led to quick touchdowns for Brennan and a fumble and a turnover. That one got out of hand. And then they bounced back with putting up 57 last week against an O'Connor team that we saw earlier this year that was a solid squad. So they too have long playoff aspirations, and even though they come in here with younger guys this year, it's a culture of winning breeds winning in the JV level, and they come up to the varsity level and they expect to win.
Yep, they've never not made the playoffs. Eddie Salas has built this program from the ground up, and you know, I think this year going in, he was really comfortable with the returnees that he had at the skill position. He was just really concerned about, you know, growing up his quarterbacks fast, and I think they've been equal to the task.
Glover's got it in the open field again, and he's gone! This one's going to the house! Jalen Glover, 73 yards, and Marshall is on the board.
Well, that didn't take long if you're going to answer right. Man, that's 2 quick hitters that they are just cleaning up on that offensive line. Ford, Arguijo, Elizondo on the left side, and then Arguijo and Cervera on the right side.
I think that was Jacob Montoya and 52, the center, Hamza Harhara, who just, Chuck, that was right up your Green Bay Packer. What is it? You get a seal here and a seal here, and you run it in the alley. Vince Lombardi, right?
Yeah, when you got a guy like Jalen Glover, right, it doesn't take much, but yeah, you're right. It was Harhara and Costahea over there on that left side just doing the deed.
2 really good seal blocks right there at the point of attack. And Jalen Glover did the rest, 73 yards.
Shout out to the Harlan offensive line, too, by the way.
Yeah, they've been doing their job.
Yeah, everybody's having a night up front.
And they've got a celebration axe.
The battle axe. Got that one on tape, I think.
Future TNL photog there.
Even mom and dad are watching the replay.
Let's go down to Matt Roy. Matt?
Well, guys, we have a special observer down here on the sideline. Wide receivers coach from Rice, Bobby Kennedy, down here on the sideline, watching his future star at Rice University, Peyton Matthews. And I was asking him non-specific questions. Don't want to get anyone in trouble, but obviously Peyton's going to be transferring over there in January once he gets his GED. And I just asked him, how nice is it to get guys on campus early, get them acclimated? He says it helps a lot as long as those kids have the right attitude and don't get overwhelmed by college when you're a 17, 16, 18-year-old kid. And I think we can all assume that Mr. Matthews has his good head on his shoulders because he's going to be going in January.
That's him right there on that return, and that brought Coach to his feet.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anybody's going to be able to handle the transition from high school to college, it's Peyton Matthews. I mean, the kid's in the top 10 in his class, and we've been talking about him for years. Elite hair, doesn't hurt. I mean, he's got everything going for him, but boy, I'll tell you what, they've got a lot of talented players. I mean, obviously he's right up there at the top, but Eddie Salas doing a really good job tonight, spreading the wealth and showcasing a lot of his guys, but you know, as the games get bigger, there are going to be a lot more touches for 4.
They'll do a little practice of their 2-minute offense here. So they go to Matthews again, and he lost the football. It's out, and I believe that Harlan got it back at the last second there. It's 16 coming away with it.
Boy, that's a good hustle play right there, wasn't it?
Smith, yeah, because Marshall had it first. It came out, and Marshall had it, and it just went through their hands. I think it's 41 here. Rips it out. And then 42 comes in, and I thought he had it.
Yeah, he certainly had a lot of opportunities to get that ball back for the Marshall Rams, but there is a flag down. Didn't catch and see what it was, but regardless, Harlan dodging a major bullet right there.
So it's a false start on Harlan. That'll back him up. They still, as we've seen, have plenty of time to score. Here's our player profile from IBEW Local 60. It's Romeo Ortiz. This guy can flat out kick the ball. He kicks off, he punts. 4-year starter as we get back to live action. And that handoff goes right up the middle. Be second down at about 12 for Harlan. They have 2 timeouts. They just burned one right here. So they'll have 1 left with a minute to go. And Chuck, as you know, Eddie Salas was up comfortably in this game. Now it's a 3-score game, 28-7. But this is a long, long district season, and this is a young team. So this is a perfect time to work on that 2-minute offense. And there is no question he's trying to score here before the half.
Well, he is aggressive, especially when he gets the ball on offense. He spent a lot of time, he told me, on defense. This year he goes where he feels like, you know, that's where they're the youngest. That's where they need to grow up the most. So he spent a lot more time on that side of the ball. But it's pedal to the metal if you're playing for Eddie Salas. And if there's time on the clock, yeah, we're going to try to score, see if we can get some more points.
So he'll have 1 timeout. Great test for his young quarterback here. The minute 10 left, and offensive coordinator coaching them up here as they're telling these guys, I'm sure, get out of bounds when you can. We've only got 1 timeout. We've got plenty of time. Second down and long, and you can now look for Matthews in the slot on the right-hand side of the formation. 3 to the top of your screen. And they look like they're going to reverse to him, and they do, and he's gone. Matthews to the 20, to the 15, pushed out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. And just like that, with a minute to go, they burn 10 seconds, and they pick up 40 yards, a first down, and still have plenty of time to score right here from the 12-yard line.
Oh, and while we're at it, he can play football. Before you look at that GPA, I mean, give me a break, man.
You don't go to Rice if you don't have that, and as smart a student as he is good a football player. Gonna throw it, little fade, caught, touchdown! Xavier Smith gets rewarded for that hustle on the fumble recovery and gets into the end zone.
I mean, you can sit here and take notes on these Harlan Hawks all day. I mean, that was not an easy play, right? Try to do a little back shoulder, and he goes right over the defender and makes a play.
What do they call that? You got mossed? He mossed it. With tough juggling catch. They're going to wear out Cardenaga's right leg here before halftime. As he kicks another extra point right down the middle. It's 35-7, and the momentum goes right back to the Harlan side of the sideline.
Now we just look at the depth chart on this Harlan ball club, and I mean, they're just letting everybody loose tonight. Great play by the senior Xavier Smith, who only had one catch coming in, but making a play right there and making the most of his opportunity, getting the touchdown.
Went right up over the top of the defender, and that's an incredibly athletic play. His teammates are fired up for him.
As they should be. Man, talk about quick strike ability for your Harlan Hawks.
Don't forget to stick around for the Central Met halftime show. We will hear from both bands. David Chancellor has our scholar athletes as well. That's coming up in 55 seconds, and we'll see what Marshall can do with 2 timeouts and a minute to go. They'll do the little pooch kick. And we're back in 15 seconds as the flag flies.
Flags on the play for the kickoff out of bounds.
Hey San Antonio teens! Are you looking for ways to share your voice, creativity, and ideas on ways to positively impact the community? Become a Project Worth Teen Ambassador. For more information, visit our website or call 210-207-8850.
Harlan's kickoff team was offsides, and so they'll mark off yardage here. It'll be first down and 10 from the 33 with 55 seconds to go, but Glover has proven he only needs about 7.
Right?
Pressure coming, a little screen that's caught. It's good play design and really good catch there by the fullback to go down and get it around his shoot tops.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, really good job, I thought, too. But just the sneaky play design by the Harlan Hawks staying at home, Aiden Palmer included.
Clock runs now under 30 seconds to go. Chop up back in at quarterback, and he takes a shot after getting about a yard. Big 99 in there. That's Connor Stevens. And we've got an injured Hawk. And it looks like it's a right shoulder.
Jaden Zeno.
He's up and walking off. That's good to see.
Yeah, he's made a couple of big plays tonight. Another downhill defender for these Harlan Hawks. Really made a leap here defensively this evening, knowing that they had to stop the run. Other teams have run on them pretty well, but and to hold these guys to one big home run ball, it's a pretty impressive defensive performance so far.
So with 10 seconds to go, we'll see what Tim Williams wants to do here. Maybe just get out of the half. Try Glover one more time. He's dangerous. He's got enough speed to get there. And he goes head hunting, and that'll be the end of the half. As Glover with a nice chunk of yardage there. That'll add to his stats, but that'll end the half. It's been all Harlan Hawks here in the first half. 35-7 our score. They'll go into the locker room and talk about it, and we'll go down to Matt Roy as soon as he wrangles Coach Eddie Salas in what should have been, probably is a very happy head coach the way his team is executed here tonight on both sides of the ball. Here's Matt, and here's Coach.
Coach, on offense, explosive play after explosive play. What's going right for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think our kids are playing well right now. They're running the ball well. We're throwing well. We look like our kids have made some big improvements throughout the season, and so excited for them.
Coach, I know I've been doing this long enough to know the coaches aren't always happy during halftime. What do you guys need to fix in the second half?
I'll tell you one play on defense for us. It's, their little sprint draw back coming back, and we need to take care of that. That's what's gotten them big yards, and we need to fix that.
I'm sure you will. Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
All right, when we come back, it's our Central Med halftime show. We'll hear from the band. Stick around for that. They're good. And David Chancellor with our Scholar Athletes of the Week. That's straight ahead.